your girl T, and in my last video I asked you all what is or what was your favorite fast food restaurant. And these are some of the answers that you guys left in the comments section of that video. Like I told you guys in the video before, my favorite fast food restaurant was Subway. That is until I found out that they were back there making 6-inch meatball subs with a side of flan. So I refused to ever eat at Subway for a long time, possibly for the rest of my life. But you know, things happen. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and shout out JT of VH1 Access. JT wanted to know my opinion on this whole situation concerning fast food workers striking all over the country. If you guys have not heard, on Monday, July 29th, my birthday, a bunch of fast food workers from all over the country started in New York, but it ended up expanding throughout the country. At a certain time, they all walked out of their jobs. They refused to work until the minimum wage went from $7.25 to $15 per hour. So this caused a lot of controversy. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about this entire situation. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip, and then I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Plans might be interrupted. There are hundreds of angry fast food workers walking off the job this afternoon. I was part of the afternoon news today in St. Louis, Missouri. And this was the scene there, with hundreds of striking workers and their supporters gathering to protest for living wage and the right of fast food workers to join unions. The same story played out in Kansas City today, where about 160 people marched on a local Burger King. The Kansas City Star reported that only manager-level employees were on duty. And across New York City, organizers say hundreds of workers walked off the job today. These simultaneous strikes and marches were designed to kick off a larger nationwide movement. Organizers say will continue to spread to cities all over the country this week. This meant of fast food workers demanding a living wage, and the right to organize has exploded. It has gone national, and it is still growing.
I've been working here at Burger King for 2 years and at Pizza Hut for 8 years. My mother, she worked in the same industry. I watched her struggle raising me and my siblings.
I'm still completely broke. Even with living with my mother.
We do the job. We deserve more. In a multi-billion-dollar industry where they are making record profits, literally billions and billions of profits and recovering from the recession, and the workers on the bottom are making poverty wages.
If rent is $700, gas is $50, electricity is $50, coffee is $50, and I only make $409, I'm at a deficit.
I'm working 15 hours a day, which puts me away from home 17 hours a day. You talk about watching your kids grow up overnight. I don't get to see my kids for consecutive days because I work 2 jobs.
The right to organize is a human right. Increasing the minimum wage to a livable wage is really the only humane option we have.
Okay, so you guys just watched the news clip, and basically, you know, I understand the plight of the fast food workers. I understand, you know, working for $7.25 is really pennies, especially when you live in a big city like New York. You know, maybe in Texas it's okay, but in New York is very, very expensive to live in. So I can see them, you know, being really upset with those wages. But again, people need to realize that jobs like McDonald's, Burger King, and things like that, they're not meant to be permanent jobs for you. You know, they're meant to be jobs for high school students, for people while they're going to college. And this is not knocking anybody who works fast food, because my brother worked at Burger King for years. But it's meant for you to have extra money while you're staying with someone or while you're staying with your parents. It's not meant to be really like a career, unless you want to be a manager at Burger King or you want to own a franchise. I think if we start paying minimum wage workers $15 an hour, the price of the food, for one, is going to go up. You know, if we're paying every worker there at Burger King $15 just to flip a burger or just to drop some fries, expect your $5 value meal to jump up to $20 to $30. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, and I just don't agree with people getting paid that much money to do something basic. It doesn't take a rocket science to flip a burger. It doesn't take a mathematician to drop fries. You know, you have people out here who have degrees who cannot find jobs. You have people out here with bachelors making $15 an hour, if that. So if we start paying fast food workers $15 an hour, you know what I'm saying? Then what about people who work in corporate America? What about people with degrees? Then should they start demanding higher pay? Because that's what's going to happen. If you're willing to pay a McDonald's employee $15 an hour just to drop some fries or just to work on the grill, well then why not pay the customer service rep in corporate America $15, $20, $30 an hour? Why not pay an IT technician $50 an hour as opposed to $20 to $30 an hour? Why not pay nurses $50 to $60, $70 an hour? You know, so I think if we start paying fast food workers that much money, it's going to be a trickle-down effect. Other people in other careers are going to demand more money as well. You know, and I think it's unfortunate because a lot of these CEOs are rich. The CEO of McDonald's, the CEO of Burger King, and all these other fast food joints, they're rich. And their riches never trickle down to the people that are working for them, that are helping to run their franchises. But that's just how it is in America. You know, the fat cats up top, they get the money while, you know, the little guys get the droppings. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's true. But I don't see it happen. I just don't see McDonald's paying their employees $15 per hour just to flip burgers. I mean, if you want a higher paying job, then that's where education plays the key. You know, if you're working at McDonald's, you should also be going to school. You should also be trying to get a trade or going to college. You know, because right now people are not trying to pay people any type of money. You, like I said, you have people out here with degrees who are barely making $15 an hour. You know, I have a friend who has a master's, and I make way more money than her doing IT, and she has a master's degree. I don't have a master's in IT. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's crazy. So you got to find a trade. You got to find something that you're good at and use that as a stepping stone. Don't use it as a career opportunity unless you want to eventually own McDonald's or be a manager, be one of the big wigs of McDonald's. But you don't want to just be stuck being a cashier for the next 10 years, because you're going to watch 10 years fly by, and in those 10 years you could have got a degree, you could have been working, you could have been working a way better job, a lot less stress, making a lot more money. So I don't see it happening. Do I think that they should get a bigger raise? I think in cities like New York, because it's so expensive, I do think maybe with them they should make at least $9 an hour, and maybe like in the South they can stay at $7, but I just don't see it making sense paying people $15 per hour to flip burgers when you have people who have degrees who are not making that much money. So I don't know, am I wrong in thinking this? Go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the entire situation. All right, So the question of the day is, what was your first job? Make sure you leave a comment, you rate, subscribe, and share the video.